Hi, I'm Novel Mike, and today I am starting a playing game series that I've wanted to do for a long time that I call Challenge Mode. If you watch the text at the bottom, that is the basic story of the game. I'm going to talk over it as I explain exactly what Challenge Mode is. The game I'm going to be playing is Shining Force. It is a Sega Genesis RPG. I will be playing it on PC. And essentially in challenge mode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a game that I have played before that I think is relatively easy, and I'm going to add a bunch of additional rules and make it much, much harder on myself. To the point where it may be rage-inducing. At least go generally by how my Nuzlocke runs go. So, like Nuzlocke, the idea is pretty much you add extra rules to make the game more difficult than it normally would be. In the case of Shining Force, it's a strategy RPG like Fire Emblem, so at least that's the closest thing I can compare to something modern. And I'm playing it on Steam here, and essentially some of the rules I'm going to go with are, if you've never played Shining Force, you can revive characters in between each battle. I won't be doing that. If a character dies, they're dead for good. That means I can get a maximum of 30 characters, and in battle I can have a maximum of 12, but it's very unlikely I'll actually ever have that many characters. The second rule I'm going to be using is that I cannot buy items from shops, either weapons, armor, or not armor, but weapons items, or anything like that. I only can use what I find out in the world in treasure chests and whatnot. So I can repair items and rings that I get, but I cannot buy anything, including the special items from deals and stuff like that. But I'll go into the additional rules as we get into it, but those are like the two main ones. If I get far enough to promote my characters, then I can only promote one character per battle, or in between each battle I should say. So this is Simone. She is reading a book about Dark Dragon and the Ancients. I'm going to let this crawl because I really don't know how to determine what's enough time for people to read for those who want to know the story. If you read the previous scroll, when I was talking over it, there was Evil Dark Dragon, and it was sealed away by the Ancients, and now some army called Runefaust is going to essentially try to revive it, and that's where our story begins. This has always been a little bit weird to me. Let's actually delete my old saves. Okay, it's just chapter 1. Okay, that's fine. Because it's basically told like a storybook, you know, because Simone is reading a book, but it's not actually a storybook, or it's a legend. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is the main character of the game. His default name is Max. You have to actually name him something, and I just like going with Max because it's his name. And the continent that we're going to be talking, like, this is taking place in, is called Rune. This is Varios, our trainer, and this is Max, person I'm moving around now. He is a swordsman in the kingdom of Guardiana, which is where we are, and basically you're being taught this, you know, warrior ways by him. How can I actually see his stats? No? I may not be able to do that right now. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, that defense is awful. So the way Shining Force works is it has randomized stats, which is one thing that really should make this interesting, is because even if I did a second challenge mode, say if I failed this, I could have a completely different force every time with, you know, different stats for every character. They do have like a growth like chart, and you know, eventually they will hit a certain number, but how quickly they hit that number is completely up to chance. This is our friend Lo. Varios again. It's telling us prepare for battle, so it's not a good thing. Free the people. Get out of fight evil. This is the priest. Normally you do not get this kind of exposition from him, but he's the guy we go to normally to revive people if they die, and promote characters and cure diseases and stuff like that. We're just gonna go up to the castle and find out what's going on. See what he's gonna say. Very informative. Thank you for that. So now we have to listen to the king. So Runefaust is at the gate, which is what seals away what we know as Dark Dragon because they opened title crawl, but these people are somehow not informed of this. So their plan is to send this small group of scaled warriors, not an entire army. I will take this task for you, King. I don't know if he actually has a first name. So this is a couple of the other... Well, we know Varios already. This is our king, and this is Nova, who will be our tactician. And he is some kind of fish dog thing. I don't know. I really don't know. Shining Force games have a lot of interesting characters and races. Like, your normal knights, like these guys are centaurs. You know, you have elves, dwarves, stuff like that, but there's a bunch of other ones as well, which we'll see later on. So this is our starting force. Luke the warrior, Ken the knight, Tao a mage, and Hans an archer. And they have joined the Shining Force. Huzzah! This is Lo. He is your friend, so he joins you as well. He is a healer. So one thing about this game is the translation is, it's set in the 90s, so it's not very good. Although Shining Forces is better than others, there's a lot of things that were changed in the US version, which I won't go into because it's just going to make it complicated, but just know that things aren't exactly told the same way. This is our headquarters. Every town has one of these, and here is where we can manage our army and whatnot. So here are all our current members. You can have up to 12 people in your party at one time. I think I said that before. And here was where you'll go to, you can talk to Nova, get advice. And he was just telling us to actually get another party member with that. Okay, here's stats. Alright, so... the interesting thing is, like, the stats, even at the start of the game, at least for Max, I haven't paid attention if the other characters are somewhat randomized, but I've had Max have 9 MP, 14 HP, different stats like that. His defense is really low, really, really low, but his attack's pretty good. So, just compare that with, say, let's go with Luke. His defense is 7. Tao is 4 as well. So Max right now is as weak as a mage, and that's not good because, I should probably end the other rules. One of the other rules is, since if your character dies, they are dead forever. If Max dies, the leader, it is game over. So if I get cheap shot crit or whatever via Max, I'm screwed. And the run ends. So this is the town of Guardiana. Another rule I'll be using is that I cannot replay battles because I could potentially grind for experience, and that just would make the game easy. So I can only escape from battle at the very start of it before anyone has attacked or received an attack. So no chance of any experience being gained, which I will be doing right away so I can get an extra character. This is Gort. You'll notice most of the characters that face portraits either join you or are important in some way. He has a very dark outlook on life. He will eventually join us pretty quickly, actually. I think it's after like the first 2 battles. But anyway, we shall go into the first battle and then go get a character and actually start the actual battle. So looking for a key to the door. I don't know actually who says Earthquake. Is that supposed to be the Rune Knight or Max, and it just doesn't show his portrait? I don't think it's supposed to be Max, because he doesn't generally say anything in the game. Alright, so thus the battle begins. I'm just gonna pass until I get to Max, and then we're gonna just walk right out of here. And then we'll get into how battles work and whatnot. You can kind of already see they're making a formation, which you'll end up seeing a lot of. That's one thing I really like about it. This game is that, you know, you can play and just rush the enemy, but it's best to actually use tactics because the enemy does somewhat, and they will, you know, make sure that they are in some kind of formation most of the time. At least when they're all grouped up like that. This is Gong, and he is a monk. And over here, yes, that is a hamster with a helmet on his head. A giant hamster with a helmet on his head. That is Jogurt. He may join us, but he's more of a mascot. Okay, so since this is the start of battle, Fire Emblem and most other strategy RPGs I've played, you take turns, like you'll go, then enemy will go, kind of like chess. In this game, it's actually based off of agility, at least somewhat. It doesn't always work correctly. Like, he has 6 agility, yeah, they all have 6 agility. Now, it determines the order in some kind of algorithm. Like, technically the Rune Knight should always go first, but there I think it was Gong, unless it went from Rune Knight to Gong. But anyway, so the enemy can move while I'm, like, moving my characters into formation, and so that's one reason it makes the gameplay a little bit more interesting. But since you've always been able to revive your characters, and, you know, normally when you're playing the game, it's not that difficult. So this is Max. Egress is a retreat spell. That is how you escape from battle. It is the only spell he will learn, unfortunately. Ken is our knight. He is a centaur. He has a spear that actually allows him to attack from range, instead of just being close up. Knights in this game can attack spear-like weapons with a range, or they can attack lances, which are generally stronger, but they can only hit, you know, one space away, so close up. Whoops, did that. This is Lo, our healer, our first one, and pretty much he learns healing spells, curing poison spells, stuff like that, some boosting spells, I think. Eventually, if he gets that far. He's generally not very good. Tao is a mage. She learns Blaze and eventually other spells as well. One thing I really like about how they did the magic in this game is she doesn't have it now, but when she learns the second level of Blaze, which is like level 4, I think, it can hit multiple enemies if they're grouped up, which is awesome. This is Luke, our warrior. Warriors are pretty good. He starts off with a weak weapon, unfortunately, but he's pretty good. Gong is one of the unique characters. Monk, he's the only monk in the game. He learns heal and like 1 or 2 other spells, but he's got decent attack stats. He's pretty much like a jack of all trades as a healer, but he's never that good. Finally, Hans. Excuse me. He is our archer. He can only attack from range. Eventually, he can get weapons that attack from a further range, instead of just the short range he has now, but he cannot attack up close, and he'll get murdered if he gets too close to enemies. Alright, so let's go. Yeah, see, Gong went before that, even though the Rune Knight's agility is higher. So I don't entirely understand how it works. I've played this game a lot, and I've just always done a playthrough. I haven't ever actually looked and see how it determines the order or anything. Another really cool thing is this is how they do battle scenes, which you gotta remember, this is Genesis at the time. These are really, really detailed for, that kind of artwork and everything, and great music during the battle scenes, in my opinion, at least. Considering the Genesis never had, a really great sound chip, and, there's a few games like Sonic 3 and some other ones that really took, great advantage of the sound chip and made it pretty awesome. For the most part, the sound can be grating at times, but Shining Force, I think, did really well with it. Ooh, double attack. Good job, Max. Oh, I should go over experience as well. Let me get to another character. Okay, so Max, you can see right in the middle, EX 20, that's his experience points. When he hits 100, he'll gain a level. In the later games, whatever experience you have will carry over. So if he's at like 98 experience and he gains, 4, he'll have 2 experience into the next level. In the first game, it does not do that. So if I'm at 98 experience and I gain 40, I just lost, 38 experience. So that is one thing that I have to be careful of and try to take advantage of. I don't know who I want to take the kill on that first one, so let's just attack that. Because I don't want to waste experience if I can help it. So yeah, Hun starts out amazing. Like, he just did half the damage to that goblin. But, doesn't last very long. Okay, well, can't do anything, darn. I was like to have him try to at least attack a couple things. Can go ahead and kill this. But, ooh, 40 experience, good job. I won't be using money for much of anything, besides, like, repairing stuff. How low is this guy? 4? Yeah, not working. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, low, just smack it. Healers are really weak. Like, 3 points of damage is, like, really good right now. There's one point where they actually get a really good weapon, which is at the start of the second chapter, but that is not going to happen very often, and generally their attack is just not very good. Go ahead, Max, kill this. Surprised Cal hasn't come up for a turn yet. So, characters can be promoted starting at level 10. And they all have like an advanced class. The way magic works is a little bit awkward with that though, so we'll see how it goes with some of these characters, but there are 30 characters, so if I don't lose people, it's going to be hard to promote everyone. But, ooh, critical hit. So that little sound that you just heard while I was talking, that was a critical hit. So if you hear that, on the enemy side especially, oh, okay, they're just attacking me now. Okay. I didn't expect them to move forward then. Ooh, okay. That's more than I thought it was going to be. I hope the doors don't move too. Okay, let's move you back. Keep throwing some spells out. Rune Knight will not move unless I kill all the other enemies and get like really close to him. I kind of don't want to kill that though because I don't want one of the dwarves to come down here. Because these guys, their attack is much higher than the goblins, at least from what I remember. Yeah, 3 more damage. And the defense is better too, so they're more difficult to deal with. What is their movement? Is that 5 or 4? 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Max will be fine even though I kill this. Okay. Let's do that, then he'll get a level. Oh, maybe not. Close. Be really close. On the hit should do it, right? Yeah, 99, come on! God, that sucks. So low. I don't want to get... I really want those other enemies to move before I do anything else with the other characters. Yep, okay, they're moving. Alright, we'll go here. Keep you a little bit safe. Good job. 5 damage is good. Whoa, okay, yeah, go ahead and... Well, just kick him back to the turn. But he's not doing anything else, and I hate to... He needs to use his MP. I'm just afraid the dwarf is going to come in and just crit in one shot. It's happened before. That's the thing about this game, is like, the RNG like you see in Fire Emblem can be crazy. There's no percentages on some of this stuff, but I swear, like, the enemies will get critical hits at the worst time and just completely destroy one of my characters. Like, it's going to happen. I just hope it's not Max, so I don't get a game over. Goblin and then the Rune Knight. Oh, I don't want to move you closer. Oh yeah, I don't want to do that because yeah, okay. Go ahead. You can do 2 damage, I hope. And if you can, I may cry a little bit. Okay, good. Oh, exactly. Good job. He actually gets pretty good if he gets some good attack bonuses at level up. He can't equip weapons like some of the other characters though, so it's all about whatever he gets. Okay, we need to get you... I'm going to have you stay here to block off the door from murdering him. I want to save your MP, so just smack this thing, because I want to use that on the Rune Knight. And 1 point. Mages have, like, no attack at all, so any damage they do is pathetically weak. So now that I've explained the basics, I'll try to talk at least somewhat less and just try to focus on the game and not getting murdered. But I will talk at least, like, what I'm thinking, like, strategy-wise and stuff like that as I go through this. Okay, not too bad. 4 damage is fine. Yeah, Ken. Kill that if you can. Yeah, crit will do it. Heck yeah. Wow. 12 damage. Good job, Ken. Level 2. Maximum hit points by 3. And of course nothing else because Ken sucks and the only thing he ever gains on the bloody level up is HP for the most part. Thankfully, you get a lot of knights. And Ken is by far one of the worst. Do I want to do that? I do, but I don't. I'll have an opportunity to use on the Rune Knight. That's better. Heal him. Great for me. Max's turn, I could just have him smack the door, and that way he'd get a level here. By himself. Maybe? Let's see. There we go. Okay. Level 2. Attack by 1, defense by 1. Okay. Speed by 1, HP by 1, life by 1. I mean, one stats all around. That's actually kind of abnormal. Normally you get more of one stat than anything else in a level up. But hey, I'll take it. I really want him to gain some defense quickly though, because he needs it. Okay, level 2's... Oh, and nothing. Come on, Luke! Ugh. That's not starting out well. Okay. So he's level 2, he's level 2, and Ken's level 2. Alright, let's see if we can possibly get her the kill on the Rune Knight, because that would get her close to level 2. We'll see. He's got no MP left. He's got a little bit left. And he's going to heal Ken. And we'll kill the Rune Knight and be done with this battle. Okay, just burn it. Oh god, I hope it... Oh, this may have been a mistake. Because if the Rune Knight attacks her, he could probably kill her in one hit. Oh, this may have been a bad idea. Go and get up there. Just smack the things, please. Crit? Oh, of course not. 3 damage is bad, though. I get somebody else up there. Everyone will be okay. Hans. They like to go for mages. Okay, good. He killed him. Good job, Hans. Okay. I'm glad he didn't get a turn, and Hans only gained 1 speed. That kind of sucks. Kane of Runefaust is now attacking Guardiana, so that's unfortunate. So now we must return to Guardiana. Okay, so I'm gonna call it an end for here. We now have seen the first battle and get a good idea of the game, and I will continue this next time. Once again, I am Novel Mike, and thanks for watching. Bye!